We've got an awesome show for you today, so let's get started.
We have put together, I think, the most extensive and inclusive voter fraud organization in the history of American politics. Voter fraud. We have put together voter fraud. We have put together voter fraud, the most extensive voter fraud organization in the history of American politics.
Welcome back to the Prepared Mind channel. We have another very, very serious bit of satire for you folks. I'm going to give you a choice. Do you want the KGB, which would be the Soviet state version of the FBI, or do you want the Nazi SS, their secret police, internal, shall we say, government control mechanism with guns? Or maybe you prefer the Gestapo, or maybe the later version known as the Stasi. Folks, we have big troubles. And it comes from this guy right there. We just listened to him. They put together the most extensive beep-a-dee beep, beep, beep. Did they not? You and I are now looked at as the enemy of the state. Even parents who want to object to their children being taught critical race theory and want to object to their children being sexualized and treated to sexualized activity. They're considered by the president, by the Department of Justice, and the Attorney General's office as domestic terrorists. Now, we were supposed to be able to rely on the media to protect us. The fourth estate, the media, television, satellite, print media, radio. Well, even Fox News, which used to claim to be fair and balanced, and before that it was thought of as being, well, more of the voice of Republicans. Now it is completely off the rails with the exception of Tucker and Maria Bartiromo. Otherwise, it's just another pile of crap. Now, they decided to do an interview with Kari Lake the other day. Kari Lake being a very, very staunch American constitutionalist, freedom-loving candidate for governor in Arizona. And she fried Brett Baier on Fox News for pushing a fake story about her taking her children to see an Arizona drag queen. And she said, quote, "I'm really disappointed in Fox. I thought you were better than CNN." Bam! Right? Now, Kari Lake recently tweeted, "They kicked God out of schools and welcomed the drag queens. They took down our flag and replaced it with a rainbow. They seek to disarm Americans and militarize our enemies. Let's bring back the basics: God, guns, and glory." Well said, and the media, folks, is not on our side ever again. If they do, it's because they have lost and they have come back begging to be allowed to continue to speak to us. Well, ever since Operation Mockingbird was exposed, that is, that U.S. intelligence and law enforcement at the federal level have infiltrated the media and are using it as propaganda. Propaganda, folks. And they're using the January 6th committee and other federal instruments, that is, law enforcement, media, committees, secret working groups, think tanks, to try and destroy America. It is more than self-evident at this point. You can't even work for anyone that they don't like, folks. The FBI recently, shall we say, snuck up on an old man, an old lawyer named John Eastman, And he was leaving not some secret bunker, not a secret meeting. He was leaving a restaurant, not with his cohorts and other co-conspirators trying to install a Republican form of government. No, he was having food with his wife. They took his phone. They made him give them access to it. Apparently, they didn't show a warrant. Apparently, their warrant is wrong, and he is now suing them in court, right? But where is the real government that's supposed to protect our rights and observe the Constitution? Where is the real government that's supposed to be about freedom and liberty? It's supposed to uphold our institutions of greatness that made America great. Well, this is what they think of making America great.
Because this MAGA crowd is really the most extreme political organization that's existed in American history.
Yeah, we're the most extreme. What about the Americans who fought and died in the Revolutionary War? That was pretty extreme, don't you think? But apparently, common, hardworking, tax-paying Americans who want their liberties recognized are the most extreme. Well, have you ever wondered what it was like to be, folks, a civilian in an occupied nation? I mean, ask yourself, how safe would you feel in 1775 colonial America, wanting liberty, freedom, your rights, right? The right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The belief that you could say what you want and keep your arms. How safe would you feel in 1775, 1776, as the redcoats went around stomping on people, arresting people, making up charges? How safe would you feel? Well, how would you feel in 1939 Germany, believing you had a right to free speech and a right to defend yourself? How about 1955 in the Soviet Union? How safe would you feel? And would your rights be recognized? Would you feel that you would be secure in your papers and your body, and that you couldn't have your property taken without a properly administered and signed search warrant describing the persons and places specifically to be searched and the objects which were specifically to be seized if found? You wouldn't have any of those rights in the Soviet Union or in 1939 Germany, nor in 1775 colonial America. Today, folks, you can be stopped, physically assaulted, falsely arrested, accused of any crime. You can be tried in a fake courtroom if you even get a trial, and you can be sent to prison or held forever, or just shot in the head. Have you seen anything like that, what I just described, in the last few years? Is this America? Or is this 1775 and the king's tyrants and agents are all over us? Is this 1939 Germany with the SS and the Gestapo coming down on us? Is this the Soviet Union where the KGB and the GRU can just come and take you away and make you disappear? You know, to a gulag, which Bernie Sanders, U.S. Democrat Socialist Senator, Bernie Sanders, he thinks the gulag ain't so bad. You got food, a place to sleep. They're taking care of you. They may work you, right, to death, but at least you're alive. That's good, right, Bernie? Folks, and to speak up, to testify against them. This just came in. Former Senate, U.S. Senate, the former U.S. Senate Sergeant at Arms, his name was Michael Stenger. He testified that paid professional agitators were operating at the January 6th riot. Guess what happened to him? He has been Clintonized. He has been Arkansas. He's dead. What a strange coincidence. And we thought Jizzy Maxwell was going to get it next. Well, they've already covered up all of those crimes. Jeffrey Epstein is out of the picture. We're more worried about Cerveza, not even that. Now we're worried about Russia. And we're worried about free Americans having a free speech issue. Oh, we can't have that. We can't have free speech. That's too dangerous. In fact, there are social media companies that are right now excoriating YouTube because it's still not censored enough. Folks, 1930s Germany, censoring, silencing, throwing people in concentration camps. How far are we in America right now compared to that? Well, I can speak, but I can be canceled. I can say what I want, but no one's allowed to listen. Am I going to be able to get a job if I say something against the current regime? Or could I just take a long walk right off a short pier and take too much chain swimming with myself? You know, they have a lot of ways to deal with us, folks, and they're using all of them. Threats, intimidation, violence. So, what is it? KGB or Gestapo? Stasi or the SS? GRU or the CIA? NSA or DHS? They're all alphabet gangs, folks. FBI, IRS. I can't think of any 3-letter or 2-letter government acronym that gives me a feeling of protection. The DOJ, not on my side. The Attorney General, not on my side. Worried about my rights? Don't ask the ACLU to step in. Are you prepared? Food, water, shelter, clothing, medicine, means of self-defense. This is just one piece of the SHTF we're suffering under, folks. They're messing with the food supply. They're messing with, well, baby food as well. They're totally neglecting our infrastructure, our energy needs, our fuel needs. Our currency is being completely debased. And the only reason it looks good is it's being compared to other nations' shitty currencies that are failing miserably, like the Japanese yen, European euro. But compared to the Russian ruble, the dollar's going down. But let's pretend like everything's just fine. Put your head in the sand. Don't share this internet address with other people. They don't need to know. Hell, they'll figure it out on their own, right? Or are they being lied to, folks, so convincingly? Or do you think they're actually feeling it and they're wanting to know, what can I do about this? We say prep to action. Prep to action. Right? Get prepared and do something. Raise your voice now while you have it. People are moving, folks, to safer jurisdictions. Can't say I don't blame them. Trying to get away from this tyranny that is just growing around us like a metastasized cancer on steroids. I pray, right, that this can be fixed and that a very strong, shall we say, force can be brought to bear against the evil that's upon us. I pray a lot. I look around and I'm waiting for America to fully wake up. The strong America that you and I grew up with. The constitutional America that we all love. Right? The best we can do is be prepared and ready because it's going to come. There will be backlash, folks. I'm not prescribing violence or anything harmful or dangerous. I'm just saying be prepared because chance favors the prepared mind. Is yours. God bless America. Semper Fi.